Okay, so welcome to Under the Radar, and this is the third special, I think. Yeah, we class it as the third special, and today we are in the lovely Hemel Hempstead. A little bit safari-like, a lot of bird noises. We're liking it.
Amazon.
And we are here with we are here with the One.Seventy boy. So say hello.
Hello, thanks for having us.
Hi guys, you're right.
And what are your names to anybody else who's not
I'm
familiar?
Rob.
I'm Alex.
What's your second name, Rob?
Vandenoid.
We're gonna get to that bit and be like, what? How do you pronounce it? Do we want to start like that? That's a good place to start.
Yeah.
So yeah, do you want to say it again?
Vandenoid, how's it?
Such a joke's name.
Joke's name.
So
It's a
jokes.
joke's name. Where's that from?
It's Dutch.
Oh, it's Dutch. Oh, sweet, nice. So do you guys want to explain what you guys are about? Obviously, you're One.Seventy, you do a night or a day thing, Sundays. I don't know, do you want to call it a night? It's a night, isn't it?
No, it's an event.
It's an event.
Yeah, it's a little bit of both, isn't it? So,
Party.
it's,
Call it a party, yeah.
well, here's the thing. So it's a quarterly event. We do
Yeah.
a Rye Wax in Peckham, but we do it on a Sunday.
So we're now gonna move on to the start. So you guys, we've just talked about the group, how it all came together, the community section and everything. So how did you move on from that? So once you decided to do the first event, you guys met, you came together, you saw the community on the group. How did it go from there?
So yeah, it was the thread that started it all, and then from there, there were 3 or 4 of us chatting in the background about potential venues we could do it in. I think we spoke a lot about potentially doing it in a pub as well, because we were quite keen for it to be removed from like a club. And then I think one day I just went down to Rye Wax, spoke to the guy behind the bar, got the email for Tom who runs Rye Wax, and then sort of explained to him what we wanted to do, and he was on board from the first response, really.
Sort of. When we, I remember he was like, "Well, drum and bass on Sunday. We'll give it. We'll give it a go. We'll see how it is." And then the first one was really busy. So
So what made you pick
I think
Rye Wax? Is it?
I think one of the reasons was that there wasn't any, or not much drum and bass there.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of attractive.
Yeah.
Because if you're trying to do drum and bass in a different way or show a different side of it, then that makes sense. I think that basement is always a good space. I think there's something reassuring about being underground when you play loud music.
It's quite apt as well, being underground.
Yeah, absolutely. But I just got a vibe from Rye Wax as well, because I hadn't even been there. I just seen stuff online, and I looked at what else they were putting on, and it kind of made sense. It was like this looks like the kind of company we'd actually like to be in amongst. And then when I actually went and had a look, it's like, okay, yeah, this would be a good spot. Now, if we stop doing it there, I've got absolutely no idea where would be comparable or be anywhere near as good. I think the actual space itself has become one of the fundamental components of the event. I think it's the way they kind of run the place, and the atmosphere you have is it's been key to the whole thing, and it has a community experience as well. So I think one of the limitations of drum and bass sometimes is that because it's on a Friday or a Saturday, people have kind of a very set expectation that it's kind of like party hard, get on it.
Yeah.
And what that does, it means that sometimes you're only going to get a certain range of the spectrum that you're going to hear. Whereas if you do it on a Sunday, you take away that expectation and you can go deeper or just do it different or do whatever you want. I think one of the ideas with One.Seventy is that in part the DJs play whatever they want to play.
Back to like, how did you guys meet then? So how that all start before the One.Seventy thing? Like personally, how did you guys meet?
I think
I remember.
Oh yeah, you
I do remember.
You're not going to tell the story of future, are you?
Yeah. No, yeah. Oh, no. So like, I don't think it's a bad story. So I think we were through the AMLF Facebook group, I think like there's a lot. I think whenever it was I joined, like you quickly became aware of who the kind of main kind of contributors to the group were, and people kind of opening conversations. So I was kind of aware of Rob already. And then we went to Future, and I went with Jason from DAT, and Rob just introduced himself. He's like, "Oh, I'm Rob. I'm from the group," and that was kind of it, really.
Yeah.
Like, and then we got a bit chat a bit more. Yeah. I think it was that simple. I think from kind of interaction on the group.
Yeah.
Like, you know how sometimes like there'll be people who like, you chat to online.
Yeah.
And it can be artists, or it can be just people who commenting in sections and stuff. And you just become aware of people. When you meet, you're like, oh, I kind of know this person already.
Yeah.
It's like Tinder. It's like
Tinder.
Tinder.
Basically. Yeah.
It's like, oh, we've matched. We both like deep tunes. Cool. You bit back and forth, and then you meet.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that was it. Is that about right? Is that
no,
fair?
I think that's right,
pretty fair. Yeah.
Really, aside from that, let's talk about the next event.
Okay, so the next one's on the 6th of May, Bank Holiday weekend at Rye Wax in Peckham. On the lineup, we've got Conduct, Cryptics doing his live thing, Dexter, Oliver York, Tobin, and myself and Rob warming up nicely. So yeah, it's going to be like it's a party vibe, this one really.
Yeah.
Which works for Bank Holiday. It's not quite as deep as usual, but I think that works for us.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's going to be a big party. It's going to be vibes.